What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're taking a look at a title that actually kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know how I missed this one the last time it came around, but it's a title called Soulmask. This is a Conan Exile-style survival RPG where you build up a base. You can see mine over here. I've been playing for actually the better part of the morning here to take a look at what the game's got going on. I'm playing on an accelerated press server right now that's got everything dialed up by like 800% so that you advance faster. And this is a pretty sick little game, dude. I actually think this shows a lot of promise. I'm really eye-rolly when it comes to survival RPGs and things that are claiming the name of like Rust or something like Conan Exiles, but this game is actually pretty rad. It's got some rough edges on it, but it's not out yet, so they've got time to fix that stuff, and I'll try to put it together at the end of the video. If after watching this game you wanted to get it for yourself, you can take a look down below. I'll have a link for you there. On top of that, you can also take a look down there, and you'll find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream where we can hang out live, but let's hit this thing full speed. So what is Soulmask, and why should you care about this title? Well, this game is a tribal survival RPG with a little bit of a Monster Hunter influence in there, and the game also has a focus on the combat actually feeling reasonably decent. It doesn't have the worst combat that I've ever seen in my life. You can see right now I was being attacked by a gaggle of boars. I'm not even going to bother to harvest them because I'm on a mission right now. I'm trying to figure out what this little question mark is over here. The map's covered in things that you can investigate and take a look at, and the game has sort of like a South American Inca vibe to it. At least that's the feeling that I've been getting from the game. There's a few boars down here, but it looks like there's a treasure chest too. What is that thing? Ow, it bit me. Get out of here. Go away. All right, so we took care of tapirs. I don't know why oh, they're insane. I was about to question that. I was about to be like, why is a normally peaceful animal like a tapir trying to murder me right now? The answer to the question is that the tapirs have been driven insane. It's right there on their tooltip. So we've taken down the tapirs, but the game has kind of like an Inca influence on it, which I really dig. The game's actually got like a cool visual thing going on, and it's got combat that can be a little bit clunky with some weapons, but otherwise is ultimately kind of enjoyable as well. But what's really impressive about this title is just the sheer amount of things to it. You can feel an influence in this game from something like Life is Feudal. Open that thing up. It's got like a layer of depth to it. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I'm gonna guess that that's just for the press server right there. I'm gonna take the green crystals because I need them to advance. I'm gonna take some of these wood chests for my house too. But I'm gonna guess that this treasure right here is tacked out as hell because you're supposed to come over here on the press server and grab all the things that you're supposed to build with. I want one of those too. I'll take one of those. If they put it here, we might as well. But the game is not just about cruising around the landscape and building up a base. It's got clans. It's got like tribal technology. I mean, so there's so many things to unlock here. So everybody's got a mask that they currently wear. So they've got like a mask that's on their face. You can see it in that's not the right tab. You can see it in this inventory right here. You can turn it off or on if you want, but everybody's got a mask that focuses them on something that they want to do in the game world, be it conquest or be it crafting. I right now have the mask of richness. I decided that I wanted to ball out. I wanted to be the richest guy in the Highlands when I was out here, and so my mask represents prosperity. But you can level up your mask, you can level up your character. I mean, there's so many things here just to fiddle with. There's so much technology inside the game and so many crafting benches. Like, it goes all the way up from the Stone Age into, like, the late Steel Age, basically. And so there is a fantasy bent to it. Like, when I mentioned Incas and whatnot, it seems like it's got kind of like that artistic influence. But ultimately, it is set in a fantasy universe. Since we know what that is, let's go check out this one over here and kind of see what it's got. We've got the daylight for right now, and like once nighttime gets here, I'm not going to be able to film anymore because it gets really dark outside. And so I'm trying to keep things optical at them. I like how we Naruto run no matter where we go. But I do very much like that all of the equipment that you have on your person is actually on a holster somewhere on you, so that your outfit just gets like significantly more complicated the longer you play the game. Is that a crazy tapir or is that one of the nice tapirs? Is that one going to try to hurt me? This one's nice. This one's a friend. I'm not going to murder him because he came with the spirit of friendliness. I'm being attacked by something. I don't know what it is. A bush dog? Kill it. I don't know what a bush dog is, but I don't want to deal with that nonsense right now. I may actually need leather and hides, so I'm gonna like process these guys. Some of the animations are better than others in this game, so like some of the harvesting animations are really, really good. So I'll show you what a wood chopping animation looks like a little bit later in the video, because that one looks really solid. Mining looks really good. The butchering, I think, could be tuned up a little bit. It's a little bit hacky, but it is also mildly humorous, and there is something to be said about leaving mildly humorous things. Is that a monkey? Dude, that's a monkey with a baller mustache. Man, that monkey's flexing on all of us right now. I wish my mustache looked as good as that monkey's mustache. This dude out here just making us all look like fools. I'm gonna leave him alive. I don't want to murder the monkey. Ancient ruins. I ain't seen no ancient ruins. Oh, there we go. Are these ones insane? These ones are insane. Slaughter them. The reason why these enemies are dying so quickly, and I can tell you this because I tested this, is because I went out and I got resoundingly rocked by everything in the game world with like tier 1 equipment. I got my ass cheeks absolutely obliterated. It was the worst. I had to walk away. I cried in the shower. It was hurtful. I'm up to tier 3 now on weaponry and whatnot, and so now I'm doing all the low-level stuff that it told me to investigate and check out. So this stuff is all significantly below my gear level right now. Looks like we've just got one chest over here. Let's see if we can get up in this thing. What you got for me, chest? You got anything good? You got some sunstones. All right, I'll take those. We got some green crystals, which apparently repair the functions of masks. They want me to repair my mask in the storyline right now. I haven't done it yet because I don't know exactly how to do it. It looks like we use this over here to expand this tech tree on out. Now, be forewarned, I'm on an accelerated server right now. The actual progression is going to be quite a bit slower. This is purely for previewing the game. They've made it so that like everything yields probably 5 times as much as it's supposed to yield. It's kind of custom server rules right now. But in here, there are some things that I wanted to look at. So we've got multiple connections with data downloaded from a mysterious workbench. Okay. I guess there's going to be a technological aspect to it, too. Repair this to identify enemies inside of 10 meters quickly by sending an alert when enemies in this range launch attacks. What does the memory unit of fighting do? When attacking with gauntlets, it looks like your proficiency grows faster. I need to get to dual blades. Where are dual blades at? There they are. All right, so I need dual blades so that I level up my dual blades quicker. I need a higher level of strength to take that up by another level. So your character does have attributes along the way that you're going to be playing around with. You can see them over here. I've got 7 stats that I can apply. Different stats do different things. Everything from HP to the amount of stamina you have. Our stamina's kind of piss poor right now, so I'm just going to assign those to stamina and give myself like a few more stamina points to play around with so that I can sprint longer. None of these have been particularly nasty or awful, so I'm going to eat myself a tactical snack real fast. And maybe, just maybe, we go to this mysterious ruin down here to the bottom right and check that on out. There does seem to be a strong aspect of exploration here, and if they continue to flesh that out with more options and more things defined, I think the game's got a future in front of it. Like everything from the running animations to just interacting with the world feels pretty good. There's a certain level of like jank nasty nonsense that I tend to expect when I play any survival game, because for whatever reason, I don't know if survival games are way more complicated to make than other games. I can't explain it to you, but there always tends to be a lot more wonky asset floppy work in survival games than any other genre, I swear to God. So you always have to kind of like wait with bated breath when you go into a survival game like this. But this one seems to have a lot of its bits and pieces in the right spots. I've been impressed by it, and I don't normally enjoy Conan Exile style stuff. All right, so I got bad news. I went to that place over there, and I got absolutely roasted by a bunch of painted ladies with hammers. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, it hurts. Oh, I can smell the edit already. Get off of me. I know what that sounds like. I know it sounds crazy, but we need to go on an away mission. We need to get our stuff back. I borrowed some equipment from the press chest that's just like sitting in the middle of the map. Hopefully it's good enough. Let's go torch these fools. All right, these guys are just around the river bend over here. Let's see if we can get in there and see if we can smoke them. I learned some things about the finer points of combat while being brutally beaten to death. And so now I'm aware of things that I was not aware of, like a dodge roll, for example, which would have been really helpful in that last situation because some of these guys have really big weapons. There they are right there. We also got to see if we can only pull like one at a time. If I pull more than that, I'm going to have a bet. Oh, they're all looking at me, dude. I don't know what our likelihood here is. Okay, I got one right there. He's got awful big sword, though. Keep dodge rolling. Just keep dodge rolling, bro. Just keep dodge rolling. I don't know what he's doing right now. I don't know if he's putting some kind of... Okay. All right. Like I said, little bit of wonkiness on this one. Little bit of weirdness on it. I don't know where his body went or where it flew off to. But that was more the performance that I was looking for right there. See, the problem last time wasn't that my weapons wouldn't hurt him. It's just that their weapons hurt me a lot more. Now I'm hitting hard enough that it just sort of launches them into space, and I'm okay with that. I also waded down through the bushes over here and, like, pulled the full group on accident without realizing it. Yeah, that one right there. She's the menace. The one with the jiggly chesticles and the giant deadly hammer. Yeah, we're not getting hit by that. Absolutely not. There we go. You go to sleep. Can I loot you? No, I can't loot you? Okay, well, it doesn't matter that we lost the other guy then. I'm using the press gear right now, which is like a little bit better than what I had. But what really matters was learning how to fight. That one didn't even react to me when I smacked her. That's right, bleed out. I'll let you bandage. I'm honorable. Oh, I almost walked into that. All right. Here, you go to sleep. Stop it. Go to sleep. Apparently somebody else died over here too because their death package is laying around. I'm going to grab all my stuff and then see if we're overweight. We're not overweight right now. Now, I'm not going to be a cornball. I'm not going to use the press gear now that I got my stuff back. I'm gonna go back to using the stuff that I'm supposed to be using. Now that I'm all clacked out in my own goodies, let's take a look around here and see if there's anything worthwhile. So they got a supply chest, danger detected nearby. Is it? Oh, damn, did I get thumped by something? My HP is terrible right now. It's the worst. It's okay. Eat a meat. Meat fixes everything. Oh, yeah, there's guys in there. I see them. We may have to chillax for a minute, and we may have to wait for our HP to come back. Like, none of the foods in this game really seem to do that. With this guy's death package over here, what does a splint do? It cures bone injuries. What does a bandage do? Recover 20 HP a second? Yeah, dude, I want that. Give me that. I haven't even made any of these yet. There we go. Now we got the HP coming back. Who else is in here? What's up with you, big dog? You want to do this thing? I like that sword you're packing right there. Fight me. Let's go. Now, due to the networking of this game, I am playing on a server right now. There is going to be lag. You can feel some of the input lag when you're fighting and whatnot. I don't know if that's just there to kind of like imply weight, but sometimes lag is going to be a factor. I am hoping that they actually get the game like tacked out with a single player mode. Ooh. Okay, yeah, parries. Oh my god. Did that man just impale me and then throw me off his sword? Okay, I'm a little offended right now. Not cool, Broham. Not cool. That was like disrespect stylage. All right, all right, all right. What are we trying to do here? We're just dodge rolling around. I'm going to go for it right there, but it felt risky. Let him bleed, let him bleed. He's bandaging. Ah! All right, he's been crushed. Oh, that's like one of the mobs packages right there. I thought somebody else died over here. There was another guy on the server like an hour ago who ran up to my base and was like, hey, you want to hang out? And I was like, sorry, man, I'm trying to film a preview right now. Like, normally I would see where the adventure takes me, but having lots of people involved in a recording that you don't know and aren't on VoIP and whatnot can make things complicated. So this is another one of those like super press chests that gives you everything. As far as weapon variety goes, there are dual blades. What is that thing? What does it do? Am I going to regret this? Node control repaired. Okay, fair enough. Sounds good. I guess I just did something to my mask to make it more awesome. What did the node repair do? So we've got a multifunction node right there. Auxiliary functional model. Boosts our crafting speed by 5%. That'd be nice. cooking knowledge. Our cooking growth rate goes up faster. So a lot of these are like XP bonuses and things like that. This right here reduces the mask's energy. Oh yeah, it seems like we're gonna get like magic powers and stuff from our mask. It seems like that's where the game's headed. Mass-produced masks can achieve common overclocking due to mature technologies and a rich experience in large-scale production. Repair it to increase your mask upgrade speed by 50%. Yeah, your mask levels up along with the things that you throw into it out here. Repair it to stimulate the body through unknown means. I just get free stamina? Yeah, I'm down for that too. Let's do that. Got a critical barrier over here. Damage to our head is reduced by 10%. Repair it to activate your sleep helping system that increases your morale recovery rate. That's good because I slept earlier and it takes a while, like being on a server and whatnot, to get your morale back. And so that'll be nice to have right there. Was there any other loot laying around? Is it going to let me... Oh, that's interactable? All right, let's see what it's got real fast. Something's interact... Oh, it's the bushes that are interactable. Gotcha. Just for normal harvesting. Well, there was a chest over here. So let's see what's inside this non-press chest. We've got 10 sunstones. That's good. I'll take those. We've got some green crystals. I'll take those as well. So the green crystals are kind of like XP for your mask. Okay, I haven't really done a whole lot of exploring this entire time. I've mostly been building and harvesting and stuff. I've basically been a gatherer. They offered me the opportunity to be a hunter, and I was like, no thank you, that seems dangerous. I'll stick with my berries. Let's head back to the base, and I'll show you some of the building stuff, and there is a lot of building stuff in this game. There's also a bunch of buildings that seem to imply that there may be invasions or something that you get attacked by. There's like defenses and stuff you can build, and it seems like... Oh, we got an enemy right here. It also seems like you're going to be able to have like the same system of thralls that Conan has, because all of my workbenches have a worker slot on them. So I'm guessing at some point we're going to liberate people, and they're going to join our tribe, and then your tribe levels up as well. I've showed you most of the skill trees, but there's also like the tribe leveling up. There's your clan leveling up if you're playing with a large group of people that are running a private server or something like that. There's a lot of stuff here. Approaching my base just on time because night is about to fall right now. You don't really get a good view of the vistas in this game, but the lighting effects are quite something, and the anisotropy and the shadows and everything else look pretty good. I'd like to see more views like this, though. That's one of the reasons why I built my house right here. It's very picturesque. This seems like the kind of place where there'd be like a tourist resort over there, and you get to like swim in the lagoon and get one of those weird bugs that swims up your wang. So this is my base as it stands right now. We've got resting pads. These are how you get your HP back faster. This is a PvP-enabled game. They're going to have PvE servers and PvP servers. But your HP does not regenerate very quickly because they expect you to have healing restoratives and things on you. You can cook on the fire. I actually need to sleep to get my morale back, so I want to see if this 50% helps out. Actually, our morale's looking pretty good right now. I guess we don't need to at the moment. Everything comes fully animated. So if you work on the butcher's bench, chopping up animal bodies, for example, because you get carcasses from every animal you kill. If you chop these up, you can get specific resources out of them once you process it, whether you want to fertilize or whether you want to make bone weapons or whether you want to make leather armor or anything else like that. This is where you process it at. If you start processing right here, you do have to stand here for the entire duration, and he'll be chopping like on the bench. I've got a loom over on this side that I can use to make cloth and ropes and other fun things like that right there. I haven't figured out exactly how to get yarn yet. It looks like it comes from a cotton plant, and I don't think that I've found a cotton plant just yet. And that's unfortunate because I need these thin ropes to get up to the next tier of armor. And so I'm going to have to sort that out. This is a weapon bench right here. There's everything from gauntlets to hammers to bows. And there's requisite stuff before you can build these benches and things as well. So like you've got to chop lumber, and that's how you make handles and you make planks and stuff like that. And then you have a building table over here, which is used for all your tier 2 and tier 3 building so that you can get the more specific benches for like armor forging. I need to get 10 thin ropes though before I can make the armor forging table. So as much as I would love to make that right now, I don't think it's going to work out for us. I'm about ready to upgrade my house up to the wood tier. I can already make all that stuff. Your bonfire is like a beacon. It's what protects your area and makes it so that you can't be deleted by the server effectively. Any building that's built outside of a bonfire radius starts to decay, just like you would see in a game like Rust, and then you're constantly going to be repairing. So you definitely want to get yourself set up with a bonfire before everything else. I've got a few storage boxes over here, but I did get those other ones from the press chest. And so I think I would like to slap it on in on this side. Just like slap it in a little bit so that I have more storage. And yeah, these guys are looking pretty good over here. I need to do some inventory management as well. But how hard is it going to be to get a repair bench? Because my gear's like falling apart. So like if I can get a repair bench out here, that would help. That requires 5 leather ropes, 15 handles, and 10 planks. I think that's manageable if I do a little bit of inventory management here. Now, having unburdened myself, let's go ahead and get those planks. So we have our planks right there. I don't have any wooden handles, though, so I'm going to need to bang those out. And it looks like I need tree branches to make those. There is no craft out of chest in this game. However, I'm willing to let it slide because the game does have a lot of really good quality of life when it comes to your base management. This is one area that needs to improve right here. Your items tend to I don't know if this is just because it's the press server or whatever, but your items tend to process too fast for you to click on this right here, so you got to queue up like 5 and then try to click the bottom one fast enough if you wanted to do multi-crafting. You can see me right here working on the carpentry bench right now, hacking away and making things. But this menu right here needs to be kind of tuned up a little bit more. I haven't figured out how to make multiple. It looks like maybe I can make more if I mouse over it and do something. So that would also help. But being able to right-click on it and having it be like, craft this a many, when like a pop-up box right there would also be nice. We've got our handles, we've got our planks, and what was the last thing we needed for the repair bench? You are going to be using the text search in this game, by the way. You are 100% going to be using the text search. There's not really a whole lot of ways around it. There's a lot of items in this game. They build up very quickly. I showed you this like society's advancement list over on this side. Every single one of these has multiple things underneath it of goods and products that you can make. It's very clear that you're meant to be playing this with a group because on the press server, they give you effectively infinite points to buy everything as you level up. But I don't know what the progression is going to look like once the game actually fully releases. My guess is that it's going to be a lot slower and you're going to get a lot less points, that you're going to have to specialize in something and then become part of a tribe and be like their potter or be their weaponsmith or be their armor guy because you may not have enough points to get everything. I don't know that to be the truth, but I've seen other little influences of games like Life is Feudal inside this title, and Life is Feudal was very much about specialization, and one guy could only do 1 or 2 things before you capped out on XP. It took a long time to level those things as well, so you were sort of valued in the community that you were a part of, and this game seems to be taking a note from that Life is Feudal influence. With the leather ropes, I need a bunch more of those. I don't know how many I have right now, but I'm willing to bet it's probably not enough. So let's just bang out a lot of these, because I've got a bunch of carcasses anyways. So let's just make a whole bunch of these leather ropes, because I can always go outside and process off more leather. It's not really that big of a deal. And as you're doing this stuff, you're also leveling up your proficiency at doing this stuff, which my guess is all of the items seem to have different rarities to them. So our weaving going up is a good thing, because I don't know if it randomly decides the rarity when you make an item of a certain type. I didn't get a chance to play around with that. As far as building stuff goes, let's get this repair bench hammered out. And now that we have the repair bench on its way, it's going to auto-deduct everything from our inventory, so we don't need to worry about dragging it all into the crafting workbench. It's now done, so let's have a look at this thing and see how hard it's going to be to fix my gear, because a lot of my armor is looking a little dusty right now, if I'm being honest with you. It's not looking great. And I'd like to be able to fix my stuff. I still haven't made like nicer flint tools yet either. So items to repair. What's the most broken? Let's throw the axe in there. So it looks like we need flint stones. We need flint stones if we want to repair our Stone Age axe. All right, I've got flint and stones. Are you happy with me now? Oh, and it looks like it automatically does it. So you just kind of prime the pump with the things you need to repair stuff, and then it just auto repairs. Okay, that's not bad. Normally, I'm not a big fan of durability systems. I usually dislike durability systems with every fragment of my being. And so when I saw durability on items that were refined and took quite a bit longer to make, I was a little bit bummed out. But it looks like the game has ranching, for example. I can get turkey coops. I can get capybaras. There's farming. There's a lot of things that I haven't even touched in this game yet. And so this is looking fairly promising. The only thing I ran into trouble with is that combat is a little bit clunky when you go up against human opponents. They're going to really want to work on that smoothness. That's what's selling your game right here. So Conan Exiles has full movement combat where you can like move around and block and parry and stuff like that. You can do that in this game too, but there is a clunkiness to the combat when you're fighting with other humans that is feelable. Whether or not that's due to the combat system itself or just latency on an empty server, I'm not totally sure, but they're going to want to polish that up. You don't feel it quite as badly when you're fighting against animals, but when you're fighting against humans, the combat definitely gets a clunky patina to it. The other thing I ran into is that placing roofs was kind of a pain in the butt. I couldn't get the roofs to rotate the way that I wanted them to. All of the other building was great. Things snap together. It's got articulating windows and things that you can play around with to fire arrows at them if you're being attacked by other players and whatnot. But roofs were the tough part that I just couldn't seem to get to work for me. Getting this roof in right here was a big undertaking. It was kind of a pain, but eventually I got it done because the roofs didn't seem to want to snap properly compared to like the walls or the windows or these little triangles up here. Those all snapped great, worked fantastic. Everything was magnificent, but roofs need to get a little bit better when it comes to the snapping and putting things together. Aside from that, though, there is a lot to dive into in this game. Like, seriously, there's a lot of stuff to fiddle with. There's hunting mini games here where you hunt prey and then you level up your hunting level. For example, you got to get achievements in order to do that, and leveling up your hunting gives you bonuses to the stealth mode that the game has so that you make less noise. There's achievements up inside of here that give you badges that your tribe earns together. There's tablets, which I think you find these inside the old ruins, and I'm guessing they give you some kind of upgrade as well. They've already got the blueprints in here for guilds and clans to play on private servers that you can get yourself on into. This one impressed me, though. If they can get the clunkiness out of the combat when it comes to fighting with other human beings, I think the other human beings could use a little bit more. The bad guys that are at the ruins, they need to look a little more iconic. They're just naked guys with tattoos right now. I definitely think they could use a new model that really makes them stand out. Like, think about stormtroopers, you know what I mean? They instantly are visually recognizable. Your bad guys in this game are kind of just naked guys wrapped up in bandages with tattoos. That's not really super selling the atmosphere of the game, you know? Them having sort of feathered shoulder pads and like masks on too that you can't get, that signify them as these PvE enemies on the map would be a really cool thing to make them pop and stand out. But the clunkiness of the human-to-human combat, the placement of roofs, and the design of the human enemies, the PvE enemies that are out there in the world. They just kind of stand around. They don't really do stuff around the camp. You're going to want to get animations in there, like them cooking around a fire or talking with one another. Then they wander around the camp and they open a storage chest and look inside of it. And then they wander off and it looks like they're gathering something from the grass. Make them feel a little bit more human. But by and large, I am remarkably positive about this one. If they can keep the network latency, they can get a single player mode in there. God willing, modding, because there are a lot of sick mods for Conan Exiles. I have a single player mod for that game that turns it into just a really cool game that'll delete your life. But the interactability of all of the random little devices around your base, the amount of crafting and things there are to do here, the next time they put out a demo, play the game. I'm interested in seeing what the normal progression looks like to see if they're going to lean into that life is feudal angle. But this one came out of nowhere, and I have my eye on it now. I wasn't even aware of it, but now I'm watching it, and I'm waiting to see what they do with it. The game is not released yet, but they have done Next Fest demos, so wishlist the game and keep an eye out for that if you want to give it a play yourself. But my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were messing around with a little title called Soulmask, which seems to very much be a community-focused game about groups of players together on a map working to make things happen and explore around. I haven't even done these big sites yet that say that they're like scouting points, but the game world map, it looks pretty big, man. It looks pretty enormous. And I haven't really gone anywhere other than like this little area around here. So, as an explorer, I'm interested. I want to check and see things around and learn the lore of the game and figure out what's going on here, because it seems like maybe there was some kind of cataclysm, because there's technology and there's references to bandwidth and things inside of here, but we're running around in caveman equipment. So I'm interested to see how those two things meet together. I'm going to sign off for right now. I'm going to see if I can farm up some stuff for the next tier of armor. But that's all I got for you. Goodbye, folks, and thank you for watching this video. I'll catch y'all later.